What's up, everybody? This is Dan from the Fundamentals for another board game unboxing video. This time it is Coraline, upside down. Coraline, beware the other mother. Yes, I've been really excited about this one for a while because I am a huge fan of Coraline, the game and novella, and the terrifying movie. That when I first watched it, we had rented it, and we thought, oh boy, this looks like a fun children's movie. At the time, of course, my brother and my sister and I were all younger people, and we rented this as it just came out. We thought it was fun. We hadn't seen it yet. We put it on, and I'm pretty sure it traumatized us as it did so many other people. It certainly did my little brother, who was just a wee baby at the time. But as we have aged, especially as I have aged, I've grown to appreciate it as an amazing piece of animation and spooky storytelling. Plus, I read the story, and it's actually scarier than this. So, fun times. But this came out. It just came out. It's from, well, not just, but, last year, from WizKids. It is basically a sort of like a strategy adventure game, but it's all card-based. There's no board. Kind of. Coraline is a must-see stop-motion animated film from director Henry Selick, best-selling author Neil Gaiman, and acclaimed animation studio Laika. Tells a haunting tale, yes, we know how the movie goes. Coraline, Beware the Other Mother is a cooperative card game where players work together to free Coraline from the other world and from the evil clutches of the Bedlam. Players will control Mr. Bobinsky and his jumping mouse circus, fend off the other father on his mantis tractor, wrestle the pearl ring from Miss Spink and Miss Forcible, and steal the skeleton key and snow globe to ultimately set Coraline free. But be careful, Bedlam will thwart your plans. So yeah, it is a asymmetrical strategy game, similar to the ones that we've looked at on here before, like the Thanos Rising, or those games. Where everyone, or Jaws, where it is everyone, or even the Horrified, where they are battling it out with an opponent. Now, the opponent is not controlled by somebody, but it's still an interesting twist on that. 30 minutes, 14 plus, 1 to 4 players. So yes, this can be played solo. So let's see what's inside. It's a very compact thing, which is nice. Not very expensive. Come on. And it's nice having a game that is not a massive monster game. Sometimes it's nice to just have something. Okay, so let's look. So interestingly, you don't actually need this. This is the first thing that came out. And it is a quote-unquote a board, which I will use for illustration purposes, but the back is just black. You don't need it. Because all it does is tell you where things go. Now, the setup in the booklet, which is very thin, very quick, it's not a very complicated game. You go around, you pick up items. At least as far as I can tell, it's not a very complicated game. Challenge her then. She may not play fair, but she won't refuse. She's got a thing for games. Ooh. Up to the game, you must work together to guide Coraline through the other world as she attempts to find the skeleton key, the eyes of the ghost children, and the snow globe that hold her imprisoned parents. So yeah, much like in the book and the movie, we don't have agency as such. We are merely guiding Coraline around the house to find different things, using different abilities, different cards. We've tracked her to these items that help her out in different ways with her satchel. But again, you don't need this because the cards that it comes with, ta-da, lay that out. And then also, there's punch outs. But first, so yeah, we have these room cards. There's the garden, where her father hangs out, the trippy garden. There's the kitchen. See, the cool thing about the animation style, living room, is it really just looked really good on, stills of it look really good. It doesn't look like a movie still, it looks like something nice. Coraline's bedroom, which is upstairs. The attic, where Mr. Bobinski and his circus are. And finally, the basement, where the two opera singers are in this. And then, there's the setup. You would look at these, you take the items out, one of them already punched out, but you've got a ghost eye, another ghost eye, which is up in the attic, a military hat, a snow globe, let's see, there we go, that's better, a skeleton key, and there should be another, not the military hat. But there's also Coraline's satchel, which she needs to collect all of the different items. A looking stone, garden shears, Coraline herself, you need her. And then these buttons. See, these buttons represent each of the players. And each turn, you use them, and when you take your turn, flip it over to the black side, because you're done. And so, during the game, those are what you will be using to keep track of turns. But who do we actually play as, you yell? Well, Coraline is technically the one who's playing, but she is just hanging out. You actually play as well, hold on. Yeah. So, jump cut, I was wrong about how the rules worked. So, you have, Coraline is in Bedlam, the other place. Oh, see, WizKids, they make these so they're very nice, but they also are very tight. But you have all of these characters, and again, like in the movie, the other YB, other Mr. Babinski, they are varying levels of good and bad, and you deal with them, obviously. Oh, there is the ghost eye. There's the other mother herself, being all skinny. The other father. And the cat. Haha. So what you do is you have these cards, because again, like I said, you're guiding Coraline around. You're guiding Coraline around the thing, and you have, these are the moon cards. What these are is they're different phases of the moon. As you can see, if you look, they're a button obscuring the moon. So by the time it's fully covered, game's over, and you have to win by then, otherwise Coraline is lost forever. So that's the time limit on the game. And then you have these cards, which are story cards. That you will play as you go along to do things. So there's Coraline cards, which I think are how you have her do stuff. So you have to move, you can move her, place her, there are different abilities, different items, different interactions with different people. See, this one, when you use it, it puts Spink at Forcible somewhere, but this one works with the other mother. This one puts YB down, and there's different combinations and stuff. And so you've got to think between your different players how to play these interactions with each other. And then the Bedlam cards. Woohoo. These are bad things that happen. And these are things like The Bedlam and Coraline share a room. Brought one object from Coraline's satchel or advance the moon. If they don't, move Coraline to the Bedlam's current room. Ooh. Yeah, you don't want to be in the same room as the Bedlam. And may too interact. So they're basically, it's as with, again, the show, the movie, the book, it's a battle between the other mother and Coraline. And you are sort of representing Coraline, guiding her through cooperatively. So it's actually a really interesting spin on the concept, I think, of this sort of co-op thing, where you take away the agency of the actual character. Everyone's kind of guiding her around. But I have not played it yet, so it could all be terrible. Who knows? I doubt it will be. WizKids is very good. But one thing I will say, as you can see, you don't need this base thing. And honestly, I don't know why you'd want to use it. It's kind of cheapy. Maybe as a guide, but it's not. It doesn't look as good on the table. So take it off. Just use these. These are nice hefty cardboard. Everything's really heavy cardboard. But yeah, and it all goes back to the little box. And they pack a lot of game into that box. Obviously, this isn't going to be a barn burner. It's not going to be one that's going to blow the doors off your group. It's not going to be one that's going to take 3 hours. It's a quick, fun game. Probably one that's going to be really helpful, really fun if you're actually into Coraline a lot. But even if you're not, it looks fun anyway. But I will be the judge of that, and I'll have a review of this in full very soon on the Fundamentals. And until then, happy gaming.